Hey guys, this is Christ169 coming to you with a live load, with a live upload, live video here. Um, it's Saturday morning, 3:09 in the morning Central Time. All right, guys, I'm done live streaming in a while, so Christ169 here. Uh, this topic is going to be about the fact that Microsoft, Bill Spencer said, if Xbox Game Pass Ultimate doesn't don't grow more by 2027, they're out of the gaming industry or pull out of it. And would you know, 24, 40 hours after he feels fed that, um, the UK approved the merger with Activision and Microsoft. I'm saying this a couple of days later because it's already been covered from Reviews Tech USA, Dreamcast guy, and a handful of others have already covered this. I'm talking about it now. The fact, because what I do, I wait until after the fact to talk about it to see if anything else comes out. And the big thing to me is that UK expedited the merger with Microsoft and Activision pretty quickly. Pretty quickly, I might add. A lot faster than what people would have thought it would have happened. Um, Me personally, I think it's kind of a BS game. I think Microsoft was playing the UK for a fool. I think they were. I think UK has been played for a fool. I think the UK, the FCC of the UK equivalent, um, decided to play a fool, and they played a fool. And I think it's kind of funny because if you look at it at face value, you're like, okay, so the FCC approves it pretty quickly. The other governments don't approve it quickly, like for England, UK, for example. All of a sudden, Phil says this stuff here, this piece of business here, and all of a sudden they approve it. Kind of funny, huh? Kind of funny, huh? That all of a sudden the FCC UK equivalent to the FCC, FTC, FCC, what I call it, our Federal Trade Commission, decides to allow this quickly, practically almost overnight, with the span of a year. And to the credit of the government, it's kind of overnight because the government's very slow when it comes to doing stuff, except taking your money. They're pretty fast on that. Give money away, and you gotta wait 6 weeks for your tax refund to come back. But anyway, though, it's not important though. What is important though is this: is the fact that the Activision merger will take effect around October 6th, and supposedly, rumor is that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on PC and on console has sold a little more, especially on PC side. But why is Phil Spencer saying if Game Pass Ultimate doesn't sell, they're going to pull out with 2027? It's the fact is that the Xbox is not selling the consoles needed. See, a lot of people don't understand this about Microsoft. The Xbox console never made a dime for Xbox, except Microsoft at one time, and that was during the Halo 2 launch. Um, and and what really happens is you have this happening now, where you have this conglomerate, a conglomerate with in with an industry that's worth $1 trillion now. Microsoft's lost millions and billions of dollars with the 360 foot ASCO. And even Phil Spencer said that the launch of the Xbox One was a failure. I'm thinking, really? It took you 10 years to finally figure that out? Now, Don Matrick, or the guy who did this, yeah, was the one that pretty much, not Don, but their guy kind of destroyed the Xbox One brands. If you can't afford good internet or whatever, then the 360 is good. And the Xbox One was a DRM mess, and people knew that, and they knew that, and they weren't happy about that at all. Okay, and to say, well, if you ain't happy with this, you go back to our predecessor. No, not successor, but predecessor was bad, and it destroyed the Xbox One. Even though it came back around and sold a few consoles, it never hit the success of the PS4. Not even close. The PS4 was a Ronald Reagan versus Doom, whatever his name was, in '84. It was a gaming ass whooping. It was a gaming landslide. PS4 won by a big margin. And now with PS5 and their weird stuff with the PlayStation Plus fiasco, and even though Xbox has raised their prices up too, the gamers on Microsoft sides, seem to forget that Game Pass Ultimate 3 months is now $49.99. It's $50, $50 for 90 days now. They fail to forget that. They fail to understand that. They fail to catch the net, so to speak. Yeah, you can go to Game Pass every month, and go get a 3 month for $5 off, and be back at $44 or so and change, and that's cool. $10 if you have the power, not power award, but the if you get the Game Informer restate, you get $10. You get $5 plus as well, so you get cheaper than that. But my whole thought on Phil doing this was a calling a bluff ploy. He wanted to get the UK government off their duff, so to speak, and do something, and he did. People might say, "Well, crisis, it could be coincidental." Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, coincidental. Coincidental that all of a sudden now the UK FTC, or FCC of UK version of it, decided to approve this 24 to 48 hours after supplementary email or memo or live stream was released, talking about how the Microsoft's not happy with the Xbox One Xbox sales, because guys, and we're going to get rid of this in 2024, 2026, 2026 to 2027 fiscal year. And it does make sense in the same frame of mind. It does make sense if you think about it. It does. It does make a lot of sense if you break it down. But you have to break it down, though. But you have to break it down. You have to really decipher this and get this going. Like, okay, so what's going on with this, and this? And this is as follows. Game Pass Ultimate, guys, has been making over 100 million subscribers. What Phil Spencer talked about was leaked. Okay, but he's saying only 20 million Xbox One or Xbox subscribers only have 20 million Xbox subscribers, not including the cloud gaming and Game Pass. That's about 10 to 15. But 100 million subscribers, about 10, 15%. So 100 million subscribers, let's say it's only 20 million consoles and it's one console per family. Say, make it easier. So you mean only 20% of the 100 million are console gamers, console subscribers. The other 80% are people like me with gaming rigs who are playing Titanfall 2, which has 17,000 players right now on it. It's exploded in popularity. probably because it's an EA play and been heavily talked about, obviously, and that's a good thing. Um, but also that at PC, people were buying PC because they couldn't get an Xbox or didn't want an Xbox because they felt like maybe there's something wrong with this, and they bought a PC and they got a PC and they love it and never got an Xbox. Now, why get an Xbox if you already have, you know, um, an Xbox, a gaming rig that's more and capable of doing what you need to do. You can play your games on it, stuff like that. And a couple of days ago, I made a video about upload a video with picture with a screenshot of the new Xbox X Series all digital system that's rumored leaked at $499. If Microsoft wants to get out, I think what Microsoft said the console market, and I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to go on a fishing hook here, and I'm going to put my line out there. I'm going to throw a line out here. I'm thinking what they meant was they wanted to go out there and get rid of physical media consoles and have nothing more but a digital machine, a digital box that you can download games. Because this new one with the little circular drum, so those like a cylinder, will have a 2 terabyte hard drive, probably with an external SSD port available. Probably use your Xbox X Series one or S one, exact same thing, and have an extra gigabyte or a terabyte of hard drive space. So you'll technically have 2.5, 3 terabytes. Technically, you'll have a little less than that because the Game Pass stuff takes about the Microsoft operates takes about a gig or so. So you'll probably have about a 1.5 terabytes or 1.8. My SSD externally has 1.8, even though it says two. They can give you full two if they have an internal SSD of 500 or 250 or 500 or whatever to put the operating system on. Of course, I mean they have to have an extra SSD in there, only allocated for the operating system, and that's really confusing. But anyway, though, I'm thinking along the lines they're getting out of the console market traditionally. No disc-based consoles anymore. Everything can be digital. People are buying games more digitally anyway. Forbes talked about the gaming industry in 2015 changing. How it went from 60% a few years ago with physical media down up to 53% digital media taken over. And less than 48% of people are actually buying physical media. Now, with COVID happened and everybody buying consoles and playing games at home digitally, you didn't have disc based stuff. You can go to Amazon, get stuff on Amazon, and go to GameStop and have it at the door. But unless you wanted to wait for that game and wait a week or two, you can download it off of Xbox or PlayStation, whatever you have, or in PC, and play it. Not have to worry about it. So that really engaged the industrial digital age right there. That one turn of the key there with the with COVID, really expedited the erosion of physical media. So much so that GameStop now, I heard a friend of mine talk about this. I'm gonna mention this here because it is pretty much a Microsoft thing. Told me, I known this guy for about 10, 15 years at GameStop. He's been at GameStop for almost 30 years. Worked there a long time. No, way before they were GameStop. He got brought over when GameStop brought everything over. And he told me that Microsoft is actually helping GameStop out because every console they sell, digital Xbox or physical media Xbox, they get a big chunk of digital and physical new game sales that are paid that are only on Microsoft, Microsoft Game Studios, all of them. And they get like a bigger chunk of it. So they get a bigger piece of the pie than they would normally. Now, let's say it's 10%. Let's say Microsoft gives them 20%. They're making off a game, $60 game or $70 game, they're making some good money off that every game they sell. And digital code too sell too as well. That are Microsoft, Game Pass like that, whatever. They're making good money. No, and Microsoft is practically help funding GameStop, and this has not been a rumor because I've been reading about this for a while. Microsoft's been helping GameStop, and they're upgrading their stuff. So that being said, though, GameStop will be around for a lot longer than people thought they would be. And two, it shows the deep pockets of Microsoft where they can go to a fluctuating company that's been dead for over 8 years, a GameStop, and just take money and throw it at it and not care. They're upgrading their systems with Microsoft Office stuff like you see on the sports, football, and live lines and certain other stores. And I told this friend, do you think Microsoft's going to turn you guys into a Microsoft store? So they could, even though they tried it before in national places and closed them down. They're only test markets. If they take every GameStop, I know it's off topic though, to take every GameStop, and turn it into a Microsoft store, they got Microsoft product they can sell every day and twice on Sunday. And you just call it Microsoft store or whatever, or GameStop Microsoft or Microsoft Stop or Game, whatever. Because that's what it is. But that's far fetched going to happen that way. I think Microsoft's just doing it because to keep a company, keep the industry alive, and also they have a better, a better foot in the door when it comes to GameStop. And GameStop has a lot of people who still shop there. Um, but the ones I go to is pretty busy, so that's good. So that being said, though, Microsoft has a lot of have a lot of hands and a lot of pies. GameStop, the game industry, a lot of companies they bought. So to just close down and get rid of gaming industry for themselves, they'll be losing. GameStop will be pretty much losing a lot of money already, more than that now. Bethesda, Activision, the rest of them will be out of a job because who's going to buy a company at wholesale? If Activision gets sold, let's say in 3 years they do want to get rid of everything. Microsoft said, okay, we're done with this crap. Nintendo will probably go after the rights for some kind of studio. Let's say Bethesda, for example. They'll go after Bethesda and offer them probably half of what Microsoft paid. Close out, buyer closeout kind of thing. Not even half. Okay, maybe a couple million. Once again, hypothetical. This is worst case scenario part of my video where Microsoft says, oh, okay, in 2026, 2027, hey, we're going out of business when it comes to gaming. We're no longer gaming. We're selling off our console stuff. We're selling off all of our companies we own. So Bethesda, let's say they get bought up by Nintendo. Say Activision gets pretty much a war between PlayStation, Sony, and Valve. Um, EA Play will pretty much be a flounder. It'll die out unless somebody picks it up. Nobody will. So EA will be pretty much giving out more money because EA Play is the only thing where I'm playing games like on Titanfall 2 on PC because I have EA Play included with Game Pass Ultimate. Um, but all that stuff goes away. Okay, and Ubisoft deal goes away too. So if all these games you play on Ubisoft for pretty much nothing, you got to start paying for. So it hurts everybody. There is no happy ending here. The budget gamer pretty much is dead because then you go back to playing expensive games and hoping for Steam sales to help feed your need for gaming. You can't go in and download a bunch of games. Now, my best case scenario, and this is my good ending of everything, is that okay, Microsoft says, okay, we're done with console gaming as a whole. We're going to go in, we're going to create digital boxes like the Xbox cylinder and make it no more than just no bigger than a coffee can, a coffee in a coffee cup, but a soda can. Make it a little bigger than that, maybe the size of the soda they have right now. Then they'll make it smaller and smaller throughout the years until where it's almost like a little Steam, a little Xbox Steam Deck thing there, a little Steam box there, an Xbox box that you just put on your thing, connect to your TV, and you're playing your games digitally. Okay, if you're playing a game digitally, and again, we could have no, you have a laptop 3050 in the thing for all I care with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now DDR, let's say 4, running at 32 hertz or whatever, and maybe a Ryzen Bit 600X 3D or Ryzen 600X or whatever processor. Once again, just hypothetically playing, or 5800X, or an Intel i5 1100 or 1000, whatever, processor in there, processing these games, and that's all you have. That's all you need. And you get a controller. Yay. The wireless wire controller. You can plug in wire if you want to too as well too. And the box is 1/10 of the size of the S series. And it's powerful, but it's all digital. That's where I think Microsoft's going. I think when they say they're getting out of console business, it's the traditional business of what they're in. It's not the physical disc, because we're not seeing any cheaper games on Steam or on Xbox or Sony or Nintendo for that matter. You're downloading the games to your system. You think they'd be cheaper. Actually, they're not. They're actually more expensive in most cases. Why? Because people are stupid. And I mentioned this years ago in a video. Digital sales versus physical sales. Be careful of digital sales. Was because of digital sales, they don't have to lower the price down. They could charge $200 pop and people will buy it because people are stupid. People will buy whatever they're told to buy, especially if they're easily influenced. You know, to do so, especially easy influence to do so. And if they are easily influenced to do so, this is what happens. And I made that thing about me. I made about a few years ago, and probably a different channel I had or this channel. I think it was this channel. I think it was. But if you guys can't find it, let me know. Then I'll make an updated version of it. But put it out there. But yeah, so going digital doesn't mean it's gonna be cheaper. It just means you're giving direct access to the servers to the company. That's why Steam sales are a lot cheaper because they don't have to worry about Xbox and Sony servers. All they have to worry about is just the publisher, the Microsoft or Sony publishing it. It's they still give you a discount because they don't do business directly with them all the time anyway. They're just a third party seller. That's Steam. Even CD keys. CD keys is another one. You can get cheap game keys, game keys for your system really cheap. Any Windows 10, Windows 11 licenses real cheap. So you can get all that good stuff there at a good price. CD keys. It's CD key, KEYS, CD in front of that. And you go in there and you can download, buy what you want, download the code, put it in there, boom, you have it. And that's all you need. And you activate the game. You just put it in the activation code, redeem code, pop it on there, and it should be able to rock and roll. And you download it from there. And that's something that needs to be addressed. There's many avenues to buy games nowadays, digitally, and CD keys is one of them. It's a lot less known, but it's out there. I don't need to because I have Steam. Now, why am I going to buy CD keys for a game where I can get a Game Pass for nothing? But I see why people do that, so it's not wrong with it. You're still buying the game legally. You download and play it, But no, I never bought games before. I know people bought Windows licenses with it, and it's pretty good. Toasty Bros are the ones that used to use them a lot. So Toasty Bros are one people that I'm subscribed to. So watch their videos too as well. Well, guys, this is my video, and my prediction is I don't think the console game is bad. And even though Phil Spencer mentioned that they lost the gaming war and Xbox One was a complete failure, to recap this, Phil Spencer said that the gaming war is over with. The Xbox One was terrible. A lot of things have happened over the years, but I think Phil Spencer is finally getting burnt out, or or getting a fat head. where he thinks he is not trivial to the rules and regulations of the rest of the world. You know, you don't do what a lot of people have done before in the past. Bernie Stoller said, "The Dreamcast is not our future." The Dreamcast, but Saturn's not our future. But Bunter said the exact same thing. The Xbox is not our future. Just do a different wording. The difference between those two was Bernie Solder actually worked for Microsoft for a short time. Kind of fun information. And also Don Matrick too as well. Less by him the better. But anyway, though, guys, this is my video. Thank you for watching my upload. My live load, my live stream. Like, subscribe, notification, ring that bell when my video becomes available. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.